Sports with Garrett Brown.
There's just something about getting a playoff bracket in your hands. The Colorado High School Activities Association has released the brackets for the high school football playoffs in classes 5A, 4A, 2A, 1A, as well as 8- and 6-man teams. So let's take a look at the paths that lie ahead for local teams. Starting off in 5A, the top classification in the state, in just their second year playing against some of the biggest and baddest in the state, the Fruita Monument Wildcats. Well, they've punched their postseason ticket. At 5-5, they're going to be hitting the road to the Front Range to face off with another 5-5 team, the Columbine Patriots. The Cats and Patriots actually share a pair of shared opponents if you want to compare them. They both ran into an early season buzzsaw, losing to the Legend Titans, and they both played the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies. Now here's where the difference is. While the Patriots fell to Thunder Ridge 26-6, Fruita Monument ended their regular season with a 34-26 win over in the Grizzlies' home in Highlands Ranch. That game is set for Friday at 7 at Jeffco Stadium. Winner of that game advances to take on the number 2 seeded Ralston Valley Mustangs, who have a first-round bye. And speaking of Highlands Ranch, the Grand Junction Tigers will get another game at Stoker Stadium, where they will host the Highlands Ranch Falcons. The Tigers are the 12-seeded team in the 4A bracket, and their first-round opponent, the Falcons, come into this game losers of 6 of their last 7 games. Both teams have a multi-score victory against Gateway on their resumes. Winner advances to take on the number 5-seeded Heritage Eagles, who get a first-round bye. The Montrose Redhawks also punched their postseason ticket in the 5A bracket, and will have, or 4A bracket rather, and will have a first-round bye. They will host the winner of Frederick and Bear Creek the following week. Palisade and Rifle in 3A have one more game in their regular season schedules that we played Friday as well. Rifle hosts Steamboat Springs, and Palisade will travel to Glenwood Springs. Now on to Saturday, a trio of local teams will be hitting the road looking to extend their seasons in the postseason. For the Delta Panthers, they're looking to start another potential deep playoff run in the 2A classification. Delta gets a tough draw, getting the 5-seeded undefeated Brush Beat Diggers, who have allowed an average of 12.5 points per game across the season. Winner will take on the number 4-seeded Elizabeth or the 13-seeded Pagosa Springs. And in Class 1A, the North Fork Miners, meanwhile, they're also hitting the road as the 13 seed to take on the number 4-seeded Centauri Falcons. In Class 1A, the winner of that game will be taking on the winner of a 5-12 matchup between Forge Christian and Highland. And in 8-man football, the Plateau Valley Cowboys are also hitting the roads as the 15 seed. They'll be taking on the number 2-seeded Haxton Bulldogs as a team that's allowed 8 points or less in 7 of their 9 wins. Winner of that game will take on the winner of the 7-10 matchup between Sedgwick County and Clear Creek. Elsewhere, the Colorado Avalanche just wrapped up a win against the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2, and the Broncos held pat at today's NFL trade deadline. That'll do it for your look at sports. We'll be right back.